Hello, students. Today we will study next chapter from chemistry 2 section is a chapter number 14, biomolecules. In this chapter first we will study this definition of biomolecules, that is the introduction. So these biomolecules are the principal molecules of the living world. They are present in all living things. So the bodies of living organism contain large number of different molecules and which constitute their structure. They are also the part of various physiological processes taking place in them. Primary structural material of organism are proteins and cellulose. By means of unique process of photosynthesis, plant produce carbohydrates. Plant utilize minerals absorbed by their roots and produce proteins. The lipids are main ingredient of vegetable oils and the milk fats. The nucleic acid constitute the generic material of organism. So in this chapter we will study the same aspects of three principles of biomolecules, namely carbohydrates, proteins and nucleic acids. So first we will study this first type of carbohydrate, that is biomolecules. These are carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are the simple chemical reactions of many carbohydrates. It is understood that carbohydrates are polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy compounds, or the compounds which give rise to such units on hydrolysis. So remember this well. This is a definition of carbohydrate. So what is carbohydrate? It is a polyhydroxy either aldehyde or polyhydroxy ketone, or the compounds which give rise to such units on hydrolysis. These are called as a carbohydrates. So some carbohydrates like glucose, fructose, they are sweet in taste and therefore they are called as a sugars. So remember this again well, that the carbohydrates which are sweet in taste, they are called as a sugars. The most commonly used sugar is a sucrose, which is obtained from sugarcane or sugar beet. The sugar present in milk, it is called as a lactose. So remember this well. Sucrose is most commonly used carbohydrate and it is obtained from sugarcane or sugar beet, and the sugar present in the milk is lactose. So remember this again well. Then we will study this why carbohydrates are called as a saccharides. The Greek word sugar is saccharon. So in Greek, sugar is called as a saccharon. Hence, the carbohydrates are also called as a saccharides. So this saccharide name is given from the Greek word of sugar, saccharon. The origin of term carbohydrate lies in the molecular formulae of many. They can be expressed as hydrates of carbon having general formula H2O Y times. These are called as the hydrates of carbon. So this carbon, if it is X in number, then H2O molecule, that is a hydrate molecules, they are Y in number. So general formula for carbohydrate can be given as CxH2O Y times, and they are called as the hydrates of carbon. Some examples are here. We know molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6, or the same formula can be written in the form of hydrate of carbon as C6H2O 6 times. Similarly, the formula of sucrose is C12H22O11 can be written in terms of hydrates of carbon as C12H2O 11 times. So it is again in the form of hydrate of carbon. Then next example is starch. It is an example of polysaccharide, that is a type of carbohydrate having formula C6H10O5 n times. The same formula can be written in the form of hydrate as a C6H2O 5 times and whole bracket it is n times. So this formula is again in the form of hydrates of carbon. But this definition cannot be applied for all types of carbohydrate because some molecules like formic acid that shows, or formaldehyde that shows this type of hydrate of carbon, and therefore this definition is not useful for all carbohydrates. The next and the important part of this chapter that we will study today is a classification of carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates are classified on the basis of hydrolysis reaction, and these are classified into mainly three types, that is monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Carbohydrates are classified on the basis of hydrolysis reaction. So these three types are monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. So what are these monosaccharides? These monosaccharides are the carbohydrates. They do not hydrolyze further into smaller units of polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. These are called as a monosaccharides. Remember this well, that the monosaccharides are carbohydrates which do not hydrolyze further into smaller units of polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones. These are called as a monosaccharides. Now, oligosaccharide. Second type is oligosaccharide. Now, this oligosaccharide and polysaccharide, they undergo hydrolysis. So these are carbohydrates which on hydrolysis give 2 to 10 units of monosaccharides. So accordingly, they are further classified as a disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide and so on. So this we will study in detail. Then third type of carbohydrate is polysaccharide. This polysaccharide on hydrolysis give large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. So this is classification of carbohydrates on the basis of hydrolysis reaction. Now we will study in the form of chart this classification. So this classification given in the form of chart. So These carbohydrates are also called as saccharides. These saccharides or carbohydrates are mainly classified into three types. First is monosaccharide, second is oligosaccharide, and third is polysaccharide. So we had studied just now that this monosaccharide do not hydrolyze into smaller units, and the examples of monosaccharides are glucose, fructose, and ribose. Remember these examples well. Monosaccharides, they do not hydrolyze further into smaller units, and they are glucose, fructose, and ribose. Second type of carbohydrate, these are oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharide that on hydrolysis give 2 to 10 units of monosaccharides on hydrolysis. So on the basis of this, these oligosaccharides are further classified into disaccharide, trisaccharide, and tetrasaccharide. So from the name di indicates it gives the 2 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. The name tri indicates it gives 3 units of monosaccharides on hydrolysis, and tetra indicates the carbohydrate which gives 4 units of monosaccharide on hydrolysis. So first we will study this in detail, that is disaccharide. So we know disaccharide is a type of oligosaccharide carbohydrate which on hydrolysis give 2 monosaccharide units. Example of disaccharide is a sucrose which on hydrolysis give glucose and fructose, these 2 units of monosaccharides. Second example of disaccharide is a maltose. On hydrolysis it gives 2 units of glucose, and this is a monosaccharide. Then lactose is an example again disaccharide which on hydrolysis give 1 glucose unit and 1 galactose unit. Then second type of oligosaccharide is trisaccharide. From the name trisaccharide, it indicates that on hydrolysis this oligosaccharide give 3 units of monosaccharides. Example is raffinose. This raffinose on hydrolysis give 3 units of monosaccharides, and these are glucose, fructose, and galactose. Then third type of oligosaccharide is a tetrasaccharide. From the name tetrasaccharide, it indicates on hydrolysis it gives 4 units of monosaccharides on hydrolysis. Example is a stachelose, which on hydrolysis give glucose, fructose, and 2 units of galactose. In this way, 4 units of monosaccharides are obtained by hydrolysis of stachelose. Hence, it is tetrasaccharide. So that is about the definition and classification of carbohydrates. Thank you.